When you're working solo, be prepared to be straight line on swipe tags on bases. There's no way you can see if that glove has actually touched him right there, but I think I had the right call. I love being able to refer back to the video at the end of the game, see if I got a call right. Sometimes I wish I had instant replay in the moment, but this one was a banger. You can see he's safe there, just a couple inches of daylight between the glove and his leg. And we're not done yet. I've had a bunch of rundowns this week. That slip, there was no obstruction, and here he's out of the base path, and he's out. This was a really nice pickoff attempt. We were probably just inches away from having an out here. All right, take a look at the pitcher's feet as he comes set. Notice that we have a runner on first. Looks like a pretty standard set position and delivery. Now let's take a look at the next pitch. Looks like the same set position, but you have a step there as if he's in the windup. And he's going to get a balk called for that one. Here's the same situation a little bit later in the game, now with a runner on second base. Step and a balk. So, was the pitcher in the set or the windup position? And if you're saying to yourself hybrid position, stay tuned. We're going to break that down. And we're going to take a look at some rule differences between the youth levels, Little League and high school, as well as college and official baseball rules. I should note before we really get into this that most of what I'm talking about is in the context of Little League, intermediate, and above. And in this particular game, this is a junior division game. All of the rule sets talk about the different positions, the wind-up position versus the set position. Now you'll notice that there's no such thing as a hybrid position in any of the rules because it isn't an actual pitching position. The hybrid is when you're somewhere in between the set and the wind-up and what to do, and like what is the hybrid determined to be, either the set or wind-up based on where you are. Now the Little League rules contains a note that clarifies that the pitcher will be considered in the wind-up position if the pitcher holds the ball with both hands in front of the body with the pivot foot in contact with the pitcher's plate and the other foot free. So what does that really mean? I mean, if you're looking at the pitcher here, both hands are in front of the body, the pivot foot is in contact with the pitcher's plate, is the other foot free? I mean, nowhere in the rule set does it really describe what it means to have a foot free. I mean, to me, that looks like the foot is free. So why did I balk him instead of considering him to be in the wind-up position? Well, the rules instruction manual, which is the umpire training manual, has an additional clarification that says this position means that the shoulders should be parallel with a line extending from first base to third base. Okay, so that's a little bit better. That means that the pitcher should be standing facing, like squared off towards home plate. But the language here is kind of vague, right? It says their shoulders should be parallel, not that they must be. And this is also just the rim. It's not in the official rule book as a rule or an approved ruling. You'll notice in the high school rules that they added an important distinction that the position of the pitcher's feet determines whether the pitcher will be pitching from the windup or the set position. And specifically, I'm just going to read the last sentence. The pitcher will be considered to be in the windup position when the pivot foot is in contact with the pitcher's plate and is not parallel to it. So as you can see, this pitcher is somewhere in between what is traditionally assumed to be the set or wind-up position, and his pivot foot is in contact and is parallel to the pitcher's plate. Both college and official baseball rules have clarified that with a runner or runners on base, a pitcher will be presumed to be pitching from the set position if the pitcher stands with their pivot foot in contact with and parallel to the pitcher's plate. There's another wrinkle under college and OBR where the pitcher can notify the umpire that they will be pitching from the windup position. Now, that's not possible under high school rules because your feet determine whether you're in the set or windup position, and it's completely vague under Little League rules. Can we apply the interpretation from college and OBR and allow a pitcher to declare that they are in the windup position? I think it's a perfectly acceptable way to handle it at the Little League level, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts. So sound off in the comments what you think is the appropriate way to handle it. All right, here's the situation. We have bases loaded. We have a ground ball hit to the infield, and we have a force play at home. In the game, I didn't have obstruction here, even though there was some contact at home plate because I had the throw beating the runner. I have been covering obstruction a lot in some of my recent videos, and so I thought I'd watch this back and see. At this point, the catcher is clearly set up completely blocking off the base path and doesn't yet have possession of the ball. But I still think the throw was far enough in advance of the runner. Sound off in the comments below if you have obstruction or not, and why. I had this batter swinging when he got hit by the pitch.